Good evening, viewers. Welcome to another episode of COVIDCASTJA. We are at episode 45. This week, we're ready for digital. Are you ready for digital? Last week, Friday and Saturday, an epic virtual event took place virtually in the island of Jamaica and broadcast far and wide. A conference, Let's Go Digital for our MSMEs. Tonight we are going to do a recap of the conference, but we are also going to be hearing from some of our presenters. In fact, one of our presenters, Nadine Blair, is on this show by popular demand because she did bring the house down with her opening presentation. So last week we had our sponsors, the NCB Group, the JMMB Group, Flow Business, the Jamaica Observer, and Microsoft Jamaica, bringing us Let's Go Digital. Now, the day was just filled with learnings. And in fact, for this week, our SME memo is the conference booklet. Now, this is no ordinary conference booklet because, conference booklet usually has a few ads in there, a few messages, the agenda. This conference booklet is actually a little book, a book that you can utilize on your journey as you go digital. So the conference booklet is probably about 52 pages. Within it are so many useful tips and guidelines for your digital journey. So if you have not signed up for our weekly memo, and can you imagine we're at episode 45, which means that if tonight is your very first episode, you've missed how many episodes? Help me, the maths brains them. 44 episodes have been missed, and 44 episodes with memos, and not just on technology. Because we have been here since last year, March. We're almost on our 1-year anniversary. And can you imagine, we've talked about pivoting, all different types of pivoting. We talked about financial statements. We've gone through them in detail. We talked about investment. We've talked about inventory. So many topics on this show. And for the last several weeks, we've actually been doing technology-focused webinars. I see Max Nord. Hi, Max. I see Debbie Matthews. Hello, Debbie. Elton, Sandra Palmer. Sandra, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 45, Ready for Digital. So there were several learnings from the day. And by the way, I know Sandra does know the email that you must send, the email address you should send if you don't get the weekly memo now. SME@psoj.org. SME@psoj.org. And if you're wondering, how am I going to catch up with all of these useful episodes? Visit us at smallbusinessportal.com, your one-stop shop for all episodes of COVIDcast, but not just COVIDcast. Business tips, financial tips, all manner of guidance to help you and your business towards success. But tonight we're going to be talking about digitization. We're going to be talking about digital transformation, and we're going to be talking about what came out of this conference. So you would remember that some of the key learnings from the day: connect the technology benefits. We need to understand for our business what are the benefits of technology, and to be clear why we're investing in technology. And what we did at the conference was in easy to understand language. We went through so that you could see the types of solutions available and the why for the investment. But remember, we also told you about the DBJ voucher. And the DBJ vouchers will actually assist you with the purchase of your technology needs. And the Minister of Finance, in his budget presentation this week, actually mentioned that additional funds have been earmarked for digitization. Now is the time. So Move away from the fear of technology and towards that business growth mindset. And we're going to be talking to Nadeen Blair about that business growth mindset. It's important to protect your customer data, important to consider a needs assessment and develop a technology plan. And as you're developing that technology plan, we do have Flow Business here to share some of the solutions that are available on your technology planning journey. We also talked about the training of our employees, because sometimes we train ourselves, but we don't train our employees. And we also talked about what are the various online free training available to you. We do have a weekly memo that speaks specifically to the online training with all of the links. So visit us at smallbusinessportal.com. So your customers and your suppliers are moving online. So we can't sit down and pretend that the world is not moving digital. Are we ready for digital? Yandi Yaya, let me repeat where you can get the information. For our weekly memo, please email us at sme@psoj.org. You can also visit us at smallbusinessportal.com. Smallbusinessportal.com, where you'll find all our previous episodes as well as our memos. And we will be shortly posting the conference itself on YouTube. So you have to visit our page and follow us on Instagram and on Facebook and like and share so that you can get the information and pass it on. Because remember, we're building a bigger economy. So we're sharing the information so that more of us have it. I see Wendell says, good evening, PSOJ COVIDcast. It's been a year chock full of information. Ingrid says, never has there been so much info free. Good job. Feels like free food. It feel like free food, yes. So please stay with us. Stay with us. Sandra, it's not freezing, so you may want to just drop off and then come back on, because you cannot miss the information from tonight. Now, a lot of people have been asking, what the conference seemed successful. How did it really go? So we are sharing with you, our COVIDcast viewers, the results of our conference and some of the statistics of our conference, because it's also interesting information to understand what's happening with our MSMEs, of which many of you are a part. So I'm going to ask my producers to put up my first slide. Let's go to the second slide that looks at registration. So we actually had, can you imagine, 1,826 MSMEs signed up. Now, of that number, 1,637 signups were done on the website. Now, we mentioned this because we have been talking on our technology webinars about the importance of a website. So websites still a carry swing. Still have that website, and we do have, because everything that we've talked about, I'm going to say, and we have a memo for that. So for your website needs, we have a memo for that. Utilizing IG and FB and other social media, there's a memo for that. Make sure you don't miss it. Now, we also looked at the gender split. And ladies and gentlemen, very interesting. We had 62.24% women signing up and 37.76% men signing up. I'd love to hear from you in the chat. Why do we think that so many more women signed up for the conference than men? Is it that we have more men comfortable with technology, or are we seeing an increased number of women going into business? Now, when we looked at the attendance throughout the day, what we found is that we had total attendees, 1,293 MSMEs joined us for the conference. The biggest thing that has been staged in Jamaica, the biggest virtual conference, and all of you that were in attendance, you are a part of this number. Now, the average time in the conference was a little over 2 hours, which is quite phenomenal. But what we found is the peak viewers, that is where we had the most persons on at one time, was 689. And when we delved even deeper, persons who were on from morning till evening totaled over 500, we are ready to go digital. So can you imagine 1,293 persons attended? Max North says the latter is an increased number of women in business now. I think you may be correct, Max. Any other views on the number of women we saw signing up? Such a greater number than the number of men signing up. Now, what we also found is over 58% of the businesses that attended were micro and small businesses. And micro businesses we defined using the Ministry of Industry and Commerce definition: micro 1 to 5 employees, small business 6 to 20 employees. What else did we find? So we asked some questions in sign up. How comfortable are you with technology? And we found that where comfort level is concerned, 26.2% of the persons who signed up said that they were very comfortable, and 18.5% said they're just starting out. You see me squinting, you see my eye them I get dark. Does your business have a website? How many said no? 77% of our respondents said no, and 23% said yes. But as we've said, there is still so much value in that development of your website. Now, our attendees had much to say. We had absolutely awesome session. PSOJ deserves a platinum award or higher. Congratulations all, great job, 2 days well spent. Now, this was very important to see the feedback, because this virtual session was free. COVIDcast is free, but there is an investment of your time every single time that you join us. And we appreciate that we can be a part of your journey as your business goes digital, as your business remains viable and moves towards even greater success, notwithstanding a pandemic. So we are here and we are committed to our MSMEs and your success. Now tonight, this week, we celebrated International Women's Day on, what day did we celebrate it? On Tuesday. And it is amazing that our two presenters, our two guests tonight, are two phenomenal women who are in fact part of science and technology and are working in those industries, are working in those fields, because we have a banker and we have a telecoms executive. Now we're going to hear from a dynamo. We're going to start with the dynamo, Nadine Matthews Blair. I could easily be the president of her fan club. Now, this woman is currently Chief Digital and Marketing Officer for the NCB Group and the CEO of the NCB Foundation. Prior to NCB, she worked as a senior associate at the premier global consulting firm McKinsey & Company in Atlanta, Georgia, and was an assistant vice president at JP Morgan Chase in New York. So don't watch her humility. This is no fenke person. She joined the NCB Group in 2010 as the head of strategy, where she worked with the leadership of the organization to establish cohesive, coherent, and effective strategic plans for the NCB Group, including its subsidiaries. These strategies helped propel NCB to the leading position in Jamaica and a top 5 position in the English-speaking Caribbean. On January 1st, 2013, Nadine's role expanded to include leadership of the Marketing and Communications Unit, where she was responsible for the development and execution of integrated marketing and communication strategies. She also became, because as if she didn't have enough to do, the CEO of the NCB Foundation. In 2017, she was recognized by FinTech Americas as one of the top 25 most innovative bankers in Latin America. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Nadine Matthews Blair joins us again because we're ready for digital. Nadine, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Rochelle. Good evening, everyone. Happy to be here. Yes, I'm in your fan club, so the feeling is neutral.
So Nadine, let me tell you, one of the things that we've been getting so much feedback about is your presentation. So Nadine set the stage for why go digital at the conference. Now, people are expecting a presentation with a lot of graphs, a lot of things in the cloud. And what Nadine did was to take our attendees on that business growth mindset journey for their digital transformation. And it set the stage for the day. So Nadine.
Yes.
Tell us, what was the conference like for you? You were on all day. What were
I was one of those on all day. For me, the conference was a really remarkable experience. I mean, when you quoted the stats just now, over 1,000 people. And digital is what would have facilitated that, because pre-COVID, how could you get over 1,000 people in the same place learning? And so these are the types of opportunities, notwithstanding the challenges from a lives and livelihood standpoint that the pandemic has brought. Crisis always brings opportunities. And so it was, heartwarming, encouraging, exciting to see all those people, to hear their enthusiasm about the learnings. And I really said to myself, boy, Jamaica is, this is a pivotal moment for the country, with all of this, the entire backbone, the SMEs in this room. And then to hear that followed up with the Minister of Finance endorsing and supporting through additional grants. Exactly. It's like, because Jamaicans, we know that we are industrious. All we need is a bus. All we need is the information. And Rochelle, trust me, Go Digital Conference was that bus. It was that information, and we should track the everyone that attended, because I know we're going to see bigger and better things from all the participants, especially because there's so many free resources. And it was great to see persons recognizing that and being exposed to that. I mean, we're just going to take it to the world now. Simple.
Because we just need a bus.
Just need a bus. Info. Oh, good.
Hi, Max. Max says, good evening, everyone. Glad to be a regular attendee. And Max is a regular attendee, loving the digital.
Awesome.
And for those of you who are just joining us, we are joined by our guest, Nadeen Blair, who is General Manager and Chief Digital and Marketing Officer for the NCB Group. Now, Nadeen, you took us on we have to, one of our producers said we have to brace back to consider what this whole digitization and digital transformation is about. Because you didn't take the conversation just from how much megs you need to have running into your company or how much cloud storage, but you kind of said, let for a moment, let's think bigger, let's think greater, let's examine the mindset that is required for this to navigate this journey. Right. Tell us a little bit more about this, because people have just been, I mean, it was so eye-opening. So eye-opening.
So, I mean, you said it right, Rochelle. It's not about the megs, it's not about cloud storage. It's not about having an Instagram page or a website. Going digital is the extent to which you can take those things and create positive change for your customers and for your business. Because I would have shared the example about Blockbuster. They had a streaming solution sitting there that they developed and got some researchers to put together, but they never launched it. Exactly. And so Netflix came to market, and we know how that ended, because now, thanks to COVID, many of us are Netflix consumers. Exactly. And Blockbuster is no more. So the first thing that we have to recognize about digital is It's not about the technology, it's about how we use the technology to create positive change. So we learned about a lot of things last Friday. Don't go and run and buy everything or take every free class. Start with what is the positive change that I want to make? What is the process that I want to move from, 15 days to 2 days? What's the net promoter score that I want to improve? What are the revenue lines that I want to grow? Start by identifying the change that you want to make, and then you can back into what is it that I need to digitally transform. Because we talk about the benefits of digital transformation, and they're real: greater efficiencies, better customer experience, increased revenues. But you won't get that if you're just out there acquiring technology and not being intentional about the change that you want to see. So I redefine the benefits in another way. Again, like you said, to have us think more broadly, because digital is not the in thing. It's not going away. And that's the first mindset that we need to change. We don't want to be like those people that said, no one's going to buy a TV, no one's going to buy a computer, no one's going to buy a smartphone. Yes, very intelligent scientists and technology people said those things. No one's going to fly on a plane. So if we're in a mindset that's saying, oh, it's not going to happen, I'm going to take my time, that's the first mistake. The second thing is recognizing the benefits and thinking more broadly about the benefits of digital. So the first one I would have shared is resilience, business resilience. And just because we can't conceive of a concept today does not make its reality an impossibility, is what I like to say. So just because you can't imagine people buying TVs does not mean it will not happen, because the pace of change is constant. And before I got on this call, I put on some perfume, and my husband gave me a funny look like, when I said virtual meeting, you're coming on, but I know there will be a day where you can smell me.
Over the, because I have a perfume to Nadine.
Yes, so I did it for myself today, but I know that day will come, and it takes that ability to say, even if I can't see it, it sounds kind of crazy. It's accepting that the natural way of life is that it will happen. And so no business is immune from disruption. Amazon is affecting even local companies in good and bad ways. So retailers are under pressure, but there are other persons who, because of e-commerce, can now take advantage of Amazon to build their businesses. So going digital provides a mechanism for businesses to sense what's happening, adapt, and respond and evolve your business model. So the first thing is resilience. The second benefit of going digital is intelligence, because if you have a physical business and someone walks in, you can eyeball what they're doing, but you can't collate that data. Mm-hmm. Unlike if someone goes on your website and puts something in their shopping cart, but then they might not check out. What does that mean? The price not right? Or you see people always buy certain things together, a socks and a certain kind of shirt. So then every time someone puts that shirt in their cart, you then offer them the socks. Yeah. Because you have the data that shows the natural preferences. And that's what has made Amazon a winner, not the fact that they have products on a website. It's them leveraging the intelligence to enhance the experience for you. And so the same thing is if you get systems like your CRM systems and various internal solutions, looking at my inventory, how quickly does this turn over? So then maybe I don't wait for it to stock out. I order in advance, because on average, every 5 days or 5 days after I order, this thing is going to run out. So intelligence is a benefit of going digital. The third benefit is what I call omnipresence. So by establishing your web or mobile presence, you have immediately become a 24/7 business. And you are immediately a business that is in multiple parishes and or countries because the internet is everywhere. So while you sleep, your business does not have to sleep, right? And so when you go digital, you also move from having a product to having a platform. So what Amazon and what Apple and what Netflix, what they have are platforms. So they can sell anything because they have, because Amazon started with books and now you can buy content. You know, they have movies, they have music, so many things because they have that platform. So going digital provides that omnipresence. And then the final thing is what I call independence, because my charge to CEOs is to remember your role is about inventing the future and maintaining the longevity of your business, keeping it not just going, right? Going is day to day, but also keeping it growing. And so you need to go digital to free yourself up from that, head cook and bottle washer things. And sometimes we like that because it keeps us busy and it keeps us feeling important. But the best CEOs in the world carve out up to 30% of their time just to think, because that's what's required to move the business forward. And so if it's as simple as you signing something on Adobe as opposed to physically signing it, so you can do it on the beach, because sometimes you need a setting, right? Or in your bed, that's what you have to do to create that independence from the day to day, so that again you can keep your business growing. So those were the four areas, or those are the four areas that I think from a more expansive standpoint illustrate the importance of going digital. Like I said, just because we can't conceive it today doesn't mean that it won't become a reality. And so it's important for us to embrace digital, which we have.
Yes.
Yeah. Embrace it, but then now use it to create positive change for your customers and for your business.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Nadine. So business resilience, ongoing intelligence, omnipresence, independence.
Yes.
These are the critical benefits of going digital. You know, as you were giving some of the examples, because I remember Amazon in the early days. You remember Netflix, and it was like kind of spooky because where is there a machine that you put the movies in? But when you think about it, all of these businesses, the Apples of the world, the Ubers, the Amazons, these are now multi-billion businesses.
Yes.
And all started out somewhere small. So when we look at the stats for micro businesses, which is 1 to 5 employees, every single one of those businesses started with a person with an idea.
That's right.
That saw something bigger than where they were. And that's what digital facilitates. That we no longer have to think just about serving in Jamaica. We can be thinking worldwide. We can be thinking, how do I create the Amazon, the next Amazon? And we have to be thinking.
Yes, and glad you made that point, Rochelle, that we are global. It creates an opportunity. So I would have shared the example of Quick Plate. Now the diaspora can order food for persons locally. And so it creates that opportunity. And before, I know sometimes when you give examples of Amazon and Netflix, people think, okay, it's only about technology companies, but it's not. So let me share an example of a company called John Deere. So John Deere started out as a tractor company. They made tractors for farmers. That's what they did. And they went digital. So they started embedding sensors and various systems within the tractors. So what that allowed the farmers to do was to, from a central location in their homes, they could see what was happening with the tractors on their farm. So again, that independence. How much fuel does it have? Where is it located? Has it been paused for a while? And so with that intelligence, they could manage a fleet of tractors. But then they went beyond that to say, okay, so I'm a farmer. I know how much I'm going to produce. Let me connect with the ecosystems of persons who are selling produce. And then they created that supply chain. So it's not just about internet businesses.
Exactly.
You can reap those same benefits by incorporating digital in physical businesses as well.
Yeah. So Nadine, you're Chief Digital and Marketing Officer also at NCB Group, and
Yes.
you had international experience. What I'd love to hear from you is what have you observed over the years with the digital journey of even large organizations from say 10 years ago to where we are at today? And COVID kind of put a different spin to even where we are at today. What have been your observations over the years with the digital journey?
I would say that digital or leveraging technology isn't new. Large corporates have been doing it for quite some time, largely implementing enterprise big applications. So your CRMs from the Microsofts and the IBMs of the world, and these implementations would have mixed benefits. One, the implementations would take a very long time, and then they would be very costly. And so sometimes you could, not realize the returns that you were expecting. But by and large, technology's benefits are largely positive. With digital, what we're experiencing now is you don't have to implement. It's not always about implementing these big Microsoft and IBM applications. And that's the beauty of it, because it's available to everyone. So 20 years ago, not everybody had a cell phone. Today in Jamaica, everybody has two. And so that unlocks a degree of opportunity that's exciting, because I may not have a laptop, and that's the equivalent of not having a fancy CRM system, but I have a phone. And there's a lot that I can do with a phone, because you see, so NCB as an example, with having an e-commerce solution now that you can integrate with WhatsApp and Instagram. That's the beauty of the current phase of leveraging technology, where you can leverage solutions that are fortunately not that costly to create positive change in your business. So that's the biggest difference I've seen over the last decade, and I encourage businesses to really seize that. Now, that doesn't come without risks, and there's nothing in life that's risk-free, because the expansiveness and the openness and the access brought with it some of the concerns that we have around cybersecurity, as an instance, because that access is two-way. You as the business, you as the individual have access to all these great things, and then vice versa, the cyber criminals have access to you. It's no different, though, than protecting yourselves physically. So if you have grill on your store, right? You put grill on your internet properties. And so that is not a reason to back away from the benefits, because wherever there's value, there are thieves and criminals. That's just a reality. It's not a Jamaican reality. It's a global reality. So I encourage us, don't shy away because of that, because you do things to protect yourself every day in the physical world. You hold your handbag tight, right? You have grill, you have King Alarm. So this is just King Alarm, your WhatsApp. And there are easy things you can do. Don't click on suspicious links. Don't share your passwords. Some of the things are simple. And then, of course, as you implement other systems, you want to make sure you safeguard them with your antivirus and all of those things that were discussed in the conference, and all that information available on smallbusinessportal.com. Big up Rochelle and this really amazing work that you're doing for SMEs, truly.
Thanks, Nadine. No, Nadine, I've always found it just amazing, the blend that you are Chief Digital and Chief Marketing Officer. And we've talked a lot on this program about the digital solutions in marketing and how marketing and the platforms for marketing have changed significantly with more businesses becoming digitized and so much happening on the internet. Now, you've seen all of these changes over the years. What, in terms of marketing, what advice would you give to our MSMEs about this digital world and marketing in this digital world? I'll give you a quick story. Just yesterday, somebody tells me about a product. So I go on WhatsApp. So when I go on WhatsApp, I don't find the page for the person. Somebody said that's not real. On Instagram. Me say I can't find them. I didn't see them on Instagram or Facebook. Do they exist?
Exactly. The principles are the same on the digital marketing side. So before, you had to advertise on TV or in print and pay a lot of money to grow your business. And fortunately, with digital marketing platforms and tools, you have the opportunity to do a lot with a lot less. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of resources to learn how to do it for free. So Google Digital Garage is a great start. There are lots of influencers on YouTube. I was so excited when I saw that young man talk about how he learned coding on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And so there are classes that you can pay $1,000 for, but there's a lot that's available for free. So I would say start with those to learn how to use the platforms. It's not just about putting up an Instagram page or a Facebook page, though that's a start. Facebook owns Instagram. They're a business. And they're seeking to monetize as well, and they're actually leveraging your data, and you're leveraging the data of your customers. So there are techniques for optimizing what you want to do, but fortunately, it's a lot easier and a lot more affordable to gain the insights on actually how to do it.
Yes. And earlier you talked about getting a bus. In your presentation, you talked a lot about innovating with the opportunities that are available. So in the crisis, what are the opportunities and how can you innovate in a crisis? And COVID has kind of bust the gate for digital.
Yes.
So, what transformation have you seen over this? Because we just celebrated March 10th. We recognized March 10th as the 1 year anniversary.
That's the national holiday.
Or 1 year anniversary of this pandemic. But the entire world and how we do business has changed over this year. What has blown your mind with just this significant change and the adoption of technology over this time?
A lot has blown my mind. I mean, I started with over 1,200 Jamaicans that were participating in Go Digital. Because again, If I don't think there's a room at Pegasus that could have accommodated all these persons, and so the reality is that the access to learning and the access to global learning. I mean, I participated in the last conference, and when you brought Barrington on, and the lady from Costa Rica, and I was like, yo, like. And you're not flying them.
You're not exactly.
So the it's about possibility, the scale of possibilities that have been opened up as a result of the pandemic are enormous. We've seen acceleration in change and stomping down sacred cows. We've seen things accelerate. So we've seen changes in legislation. So to think that 2 years ago, you could not legally have a virtual annual general meeting. Okay? And you might think, like, why not? And so that legislation would have been amended. Remote working, many people view that as an impossibility. So the accelerating things and then forcing us to question some of these things that we thought were impossibilities. Again, back to the things that just because you can't conceive it doesn't make its reality an impossibility. And it's opened us up a lot more globally, which is a good thing. So being able to sell your goods and services to anyone across the world, I've seen that a lot more as a result of the pandemic, and the knowledge sharing global has also accelerated. It's also exposed some gaps, because I think as a market, we have been very complacent in terms of cybersecurity. And I'm glad that this has forced us to think about that in a serious way. So now we have a better context to talk about the security token that, or the extra authentication for online banking, because we want to make sure that your information is safe. Before it was viewed as an annoyance. Now just look at it as that second lock that you put on your door and the chain. Yeah. So I would say that even though that has exposed that as a gap and exposed our relative immaturity there, again, because we recognize it now, we can fix it.
Exactly.
It's important to fix it because we are going to, grow digitally so rapidly because of the bus from Friday. Yeah.
The bus. So Nadine, I could chat to you all night because
yes,
a wealth of information. But as we wrap up, what pieces of advice, just generally, would you give to our MSMEs at this stage of their operations? What would you leave them with tonight?
I'll share a couple of takeaways from our experience at NTB so far. Digital transformation has to be top down. It's not your IT guy's responsibility, IT guy or girl's responsibility, because you're talking about changing your business model. And anything business model related is a CEO's responsibility. So you can't delegate this. You have to own this. And then going digital requires a lot of collaboration, because you need to, again, understand the workflows and the customer journeys that you want to change. Yes, a technical person will build it, but you need those customer insights. You need different persons in the business providing feedback on how to really make this work. I think I've said this a couple of times. It's not about the technology. It's about how you leverage the technology to create positive change. So you really have to be clear at the onset, what are the changes that you want to see? And I would say it's better to tackle a journey or a workflow from end to end, as opposed to, so look at look at a particular sales flow from end to end as opposed to putting everything on at one time, and then you have like what I call Barney Rubble or the Flintstones in the back. And then you learn as you go along, and as you learn, then you can actually accelerate as you digitally transform the other pieces of your business. So that's what I would share in terms of some of our biggest lessons so far.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nadine. And Nadine has expanded on the journey she took us on last week, Friday. And it was very important that we continue that conversation with her today. And I know a lot of you who may not have been a part of the over 1,200 person who get their bus for Let's Go Digital on Friday and Saturday, that you're saying to yourself, how am I going to view these presentations? And they are coming to you soon on YouTube. Follow us and we keep you informed. Nadeen Matthews Blair, General Manager, Digital and Marketing Officer of the National Commercial Bank Group. Thank you so much for being a part of our MSME journey, as we not only say, let's go digital, but now we're saying we're ready for digital.
Ready for digital. All right. Take care of that. Again, good night, everyone.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have heard from Nadeen Matthews Blair, and now we're going to hear from my namesake. It's going to be a little strange for me calling this name today because it's going to feel like I'm talking to myself. Her name is Rochelle Myers. She's Acting Director of Flow Business. She is an award-winning service delivery and project management professional with a track record of delivering complex telecommunications projects within the Caribbean, North America, Europe, and Latin America. She possesses over 20 years of experience within cable and wireless flow in various roles, managing large teams in field services and installation, creating the project management framework for multinational customers, and leading resource management for hurricane restoration efforts. Wow, Rochelle. In her previous role as Senior Manager, Service Delivery and Support for Flow Business, she improved service delivery for the execution of local and regional projects, managed post-sale service program, and certainly strengthened the company's most profitable relations. Now, in her current role as Acting Director for Twin Brands, C&W Business Jamaica and Flow Business, she has the responsibility for leading the B2B team. That's the business to business team. Now, no better person to come and talk to us today about some of the solutions that are available for our MSMEs. My namesake, welcome. Glad to have you. How are you, Rochelle?
I am fabulous. I am great. Hi, my namesake. Hi, Rochelle. I'm very, very excited and happy to be here.
So, now, Flo has been recently telling us about some solutions that are available for MSMEs, some exciting solutions. Can you share with us what is Flo doing now for our MSMEs, the micro, small, and medium enterprises, especially in this work from home scenario where some of the businesses have gone and are working out of their home? What solutions is Flo offering? Grandma, is Flo offering?
So, Rochelle, we are offering small business the opportunity to grow. We see what's happening in the pandemic. Lots of companies struggled last year, right? We have persons that want to start their business and they're afraid to start because, we have to follow the protocols, right? We listen to our customers. We look at what's happening. We have the technology and we said, let us ensure our small business can go digital. So we have put together lovely solutions for them. Connectivity, our business broadband to ensure they can be connected, be accessible anywhere, anytime. We have put together business voice for them because, we love to talk, right? We have put together smart solutions. We can no longer walk into a store. We don't have a brick and mortar situation that we can go and access. Everyone is online. Right? Their customers are online. Our smart solutions, we do website for you. You can advertise what you want, what you're selling. And we have put that together with website creation, and we do that within 7 days for you. We're giving you help desk concierge. We are giving them 24/7 business class support. We are ensuring that their customers can reach them, and we are giving them e-commerce. So you don't even need to have what we would call an overseas account. You know, one time you sell your services, but you can't get paid for it because you have to go to PayPal or you have to go overseas. No, right here in Jamaica. We're partnered with the banks. So you get your payment right here. You only need an account in Jamaica. So we are making sure that small business can grow.
So pretty much what you're offering is the end-to-end solution. So the actual connectivity, the platform through the website, as well as the payment facilities for small businesses to operate.
Yes, and we're giving you email campaigns as well. We're giving you cloud storage. We're giving you digital email marketing. We're giving you everything. We have covered everything end to end for a small business. So you can do your business, you can connect with your customers, and it's all online. It's all digital.
It's all digital?
All digital. We are going digital. We have gone digital. We want to ensure that our small business can connect and they can grow, because this is the new normal. The pandemic has changed the way how we do business.
How we do business.
Yes, it has.
When I hear this, because I mean, when a small business has reconfigured to move away from brick and mortar, and we heard from Nadine earlier that now the globe is your marketplace. Now, when Flo is saying this is for small business, I know the small businesses are saying, but for me, are you sure? Is this for us? I mean, how is this accessed?
And to just show you and to confirm that it is for small business, we also did a brand, Flow Business. So it's no longer you being part of the larger customers, the other customers that we have there. We did a brand, Flow Business, that is wholly dedicated for the small business, because this is serious times. Yes. And we want to ensure that our customers recognize that we as Flow recognize that they are the backbone of the economy. And so we are making sure that they're able to stay afloat.
And I see Ingrid Lee. Ingrid, thank you for this question. Ingrid says creation of web page.
Yes, creation of web page within 7 days. So we have the experts. We will create your web page for you, and we get it done within 7 days. So you'll be up and running in no time.
So in terms of how Flow is helping small businesses to transition, and during this transition experience, some of the comments too that we've heard from small businesses is, I don't have experience with creating a web page. I don't understand the technology. I don't even know how much bandwidth I need to have available to me to operate my business. Am I supposed to guess what I need, or through these solutions, these smart solutions, is Flow gonna help me determine how much bandwidth I need to operate my business? What guidance will you get with your web page and the payment platform? Tell us a little about that.
The only thing that you need to know as a small business is what is it you want to sell? What is it you want to tell your customers? We do all the work for you. We will create the page for you. We will do the designing. Yes. So you don't need to know. I know nothing about web page creating, Rochelle, right? But guess what? We have the experts that do it, and they do it very well, right? And same thing for the e-commerce. The only thing you need is a bank account. That's all you need. We will do everything in the back end for you, have you up and running. So you don't need to be a technical expert and know the ins and outs of how you create these things. You just need to know what is it I want to tell my clients, right? And how do I want my clients to reach me? And Flow will take care of the rest.
You leave me a little speechless.
Game-changing, Rochelle. We are in new times. I mean, it's the first we're all experiencing a pandemic. Last year was very, very rough for our small business. A lot of them closed down. or, they have to temporarily shutter the business. And they came to us, we sat, we listened, and we said, no, we have to do our part as a telecoms provider in this country because we live here, right? Their business is a part of our business. And we came together and our teams of experts, and we came up with the solutions to ensure that they can grow, to ensure that they can stay afloat. So yes, this is completely different for us. And did I tell you about our business class support?
No, before you go on though, because I was left speechless. So Latoya said, let me take over from Rochelle with moderating. So Latoya says, how do you access these services? Is there a special line or email?
We have our own website for small business, flowbusiness.co, right? Our own website. You can go on, you see all the products, all the information, and you don't even need to call us. You can just log in and send us the information and we will make contact with you. If you want to call us, guess what? Contact center, own line for our small business, 1-800-744-022. We are very serious about this. We are doing it full 100, covering all areas. You call our contact center and say, listen, I want to do business with Flow. I heard about these products. How do I access? They take the information from you and we will work it through. We'll have someone sit with you and work through what is it that you need. So yes, we have covered our website and we have our contact center, which is a 24/7 contact center, by the way. So you can call us at 4:00 in the morning. We are here to listen and talk with you.
And I say, Dr. Smith, of course, always make sure she asks these questions, which, at what price? What kind of range of prices are these services offered at?
We're talking about small business, right? Rochelle, would you believe our range of services start from $20 US?
So where you get the $20 US?
I see you're speechless again. Your business voice, $20 US. We have our broadband service from $45 US. We have priced the services to ensure that our customers can access, because these are not large, big business, right? This is everybody trying to, as Nadine said earlier, I try bus, I try eat a food, and I try make things happen for you. Yes, we price it so that can happen. So it's small prices, no big price for our small business, right? Affordable prices, and we're keeping it simple.
So in terms of the conversations that you have been having with small businesses to come up with these solutions, what are some of the key issues that our small business persons have been raising with you as a technology company to have led to these solutions?
So a lot of our small business start at home, right? Persons have an idea, they're at home and they say, this is a good idea. And they will go on Facebook and Instagram and they put their idea out there. Mm-hmm. But what they have thought of is, how do my clients see what I'm offering, right? How do my client make contact with me? We have put together the products that you can be contacted, so you're always connected, and it's reliable service we're giving you as well. We'll also give you domain names. So say, for example, Rochelle, you have your little business and normally you would say rochelle@gmail.com. You get your own domain name, rochelle.com. So persons know that is your business. You can showcase whatever you want to showcase of your business to bring your clients in, right? So the important thing is, think about it as a physical shop in virtual space. So instead of walking into brick and mortar, you go online, whether from your phone or from your laptop, to access rochelle.com to see what rochelle.com is offering. And you can purchase the service right there and there. Anywhere in the world that your clients are, they can purchase your service. And as I said before, you get paid right here in Jamaica because we have linked up with the local banks. So you don't have to have overseas account and that sort of thing. And we have set all of that up to make that very easy and very seamless for our customers.
Yeah. Rochelle, one of the things, is that even though we're going digital, we still always say, Rochelle Myers that came on the show, I would have liked to talk to either her or someone else myself so I can understand. So, or I see Ian Red would say, I like what I'm hearing, interested indeed. So I know Ian wants to say, who can I talk to and understand this better? If our viewers want to contact you or you can direct them to not just the 1-800 number, who they can talk to?
So they can talk to any of our Flow business person. We have account managers right throughout the country, right? You can go online, as I said, at our Flow business office, and we have the little page here. Just enter your contact information. Something comes to us, an account manager reach out to you and talk with you. You can call our contact center, the 1-800-744-022, and say, hey, I want to talk to someone about this. They'll put you through to someone for us to make contact with you and speak with you. We're making it hassle-free. You don't need to come to our offices, to drive down and say, stand in line, social distance. No, you don't need to do any of that. We're using the technology for you to access us and for us to access you.
Wow. So, Rochelle, as we're wrapping up, from a Flow business perspective, what message does Flow business want to send to our viewers?
We want to say to our viewers that, listen, we want you to be always connected. And so we are giving you the service to ensure that you're connected to your customers. We want to say to our viewers, we're always by your side. We are your trusted partner to ensure that your business thrives and your business grows. And we want to say to our customers, we'll always give you more. It's all about ensuring that you get the best technology that is available at the best price that is possible so your business can grow. We cannot forget that, and I'll reemphasize this, our small business is the backbone of this country. This is what makes our economy grow. And we have to ensure that we are doing our part as a provider to facilitate that growth for our customers. Because guess what? We use their services as well. I use them, you use them, right? So we have to ensure that they are there to give us the service that is so critical for the growth of the country. Yes. So we're saying to them, listen, come and talk with us, right? Call us, go on our website. We're here to give you the products. We are here to give you the service. We have our 24/7 contact center. We have our portal that you can access. You are going to be amazed as to what the smart solutions will do for you. And we are here to guide you along the way and support you all the way.
Wow. So you have heard it from Rochelle Myers herself, Acting Director of Flow Business. And taking because we share a name, anything she said, we're going to believe. So we will be reaching out. I'm going to ask the producers to just post the contact information that Rochelle had pointed out so that our MSMEs are able to benefit from yet another smart solution to facilitate the growth of your business. Rochelle Myers, always a pleasure, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for sharing with us. And we are again grateful for Flow Business. That was one of our key partners in ensuring that not only were we able to share this virtual conference, but also to make it available for free. So thank you very much, Rochelle. Thank you very much, Flow Business.
Thank you so much for having us.
Looky here, we are at the end of our program. We have heard from Nadine Matthews. Nadine talked to us about some of the benefits of digitization, the business resilience, ongoing intelligence, omnipresence, the independence for you as a business owner to have think time so that you are able to innovate and see opportunities and grow your business. Very important. So yes, we are going to be posting the information for Flow Business. Now, you may be wondering, you have had 1 year of COVIDcast. We don't have more? Yes, we've got more. We've got more. We are on this journey together. We are on this journey together. Next week, we will wrap up our technology series. And then we're getting back into even more business training. We're going to be partnering with the JBDC. We're going to be telling you more too about the DBJ voucher program, and we will be following up that voucher program. But we're also going to be talking to you about your contracts. We're going to be talking to you even more about marketing. We're going to be providing training and training and training and more training. And we are inviting you to join us every single Thursday at 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. I said at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to say 8 p.m. and then everybody come late at 7:40 7:30 p.m. for COVIDcast. Now remember, we have not only presented the program. Every week we create a memo. You're wondering what is in this memo? The memo provides a breakdown of the conversations we're having. So in a format that you're able to print off or have available so you can have your checklist from the information that we provide to you. So we're literally breaking down complex concepts and information in easily digestible forms so that you get more information to grow your business. Nikisha, you're right. COVIDCASTJA can't stop. We are here for you. Please email us at sme@psoj.org. Go and visit smallbusinessportal.com. Go on, log on, download the memos, download the previous episodes. Also, utilize it as an opportunity, even with your team members, that particular areas you want to train your team members on. Show them where the program is, download. You can have staff engagement and training together as you are watching the program and growing and learning. We are committed at the private sector organization of Jamaica to the growth and development of the backbone of this economy, or micro, small, and medium enterprises. And as Nikisha said, COVIDCASTJA can't stop. We are here with you through this journey. So right now we are ready for digital. We are digitizing because we're going global. So looking forward to seeing you again next week, Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for another episode of COVIDCASTJA. People, wow, good. Stay safe. Wear your masks. Sanitize. See you next week.